Hi everyone, my name is Russian Adam. Welcome back to Areej DORE channel. It's been a while. Mostly I was very busy working on next classical collection. Next classical collection will have War and Peace 3 and several other fragrances. Another upcoming very big and exciting project is anniversary collection of Areej DORE. However, today I want to present you something that I never done before, something very precious, very special to me. Areej DORE often is compared to sprayable attars. In fact, since the launch of first collection, people were saying like the compositions are so dense, so rich, so thick that it's almost as a sprayable attar. And by attar, they mean probably more modern way of saying a pure concentration, a pure oil, a pure parfum without alcohol. That's how rich normally rich compositions are. And today I'm very glad and excited to present you the first Attar collection by Areej DORE. And I would even call it Oud Blend collection, because it's not your traditional attars that we released in the past. Some of you might be wondering why it's the first Attar collection. We had Attar collections before, but those were traditional attars, sandalwood based, made via distillation without the actual blending of raw materials. This time, however, I'm acting as a perfumer. I'm taking materials, blending them together, creating a very complex perfume composition and presenting them in a pure oil format. The inspiration behind this collection is one of the best inspirations that I could ever think of. As you probably know, I'm a distiller and I'm truly fascinated when it comes to oud distillation and discovering new, different oud varieties, species, profiles, and so on. So the inspiration behind this collection is the set of various oud oils from my personal private collection. I've been collecting raw materials for many years now. I, I'm always, in fact, in process of searching new materials, new sources, distilling new agarwood varieties. And these particular oils I selected because those were the most beloved. To me, the most precious oils, the most rare type of oils, and my personal favorite types of oils. And these wood oils cover all the spectrum that you can think of, from very, very raw animalic type of smell to extremely flowery and orangey and very high quality, clean agarwood oils. In the past, I done the history of wood collection where I presented only wood oils in the form of a spray infused with the wood smoke. Then we had mass collection with various animalic ingredients. Here I'm combining various wood oils with animalic notes and adding further supporting materials to highlight a very unique scent profiles of a given wood oils. As a result, we have a very rich, dense, thick, and extremely concentrated compositions. I've done several attars in the past, Russian wood, Russian musk. However, those were not focused to be attars. Those were not focused to be a pure concentration form, a pure oil form. Those were focused to become perfumes. And then as a result, some of them were a bit thin as attars. This time, however, I'm focusing on making attars. Almost no citrusy, watery type of notes, almost no top notes, straight and immediately you're jumping into a very dense, thick bouquet of flowers, animalics, and oud. I was inspired by 6 different wood oils. We have our Indian aged animalic type of scent profile. We have obviously Cambodian oil, extremely high quality oil source from one of the royal families from 1980s. very dark, resinous, deep incense profile. We have green, earthy, jungly, Maroke wood oil. We have smoky, red, piercing Vietnamese. We have Sri Lankan wood oil, and of course, no other than Kinam, Chinese Kinam, my own distillation. Let me talk briefly about each one of these oils and compositions that I built based on these oils. We will start with pink Kinam, the most precious among all of them. I made videos about Kinam. I distilled various grades of plantation Chinese Kinam, starting from shavings, leftover materials from making beds, chips, extremely high quality incense grade chips, sinking agarwood chips, and whatnot. I tested variety of these oils in lab. I learned a lot. I discovered that some of the plantation kinams score as high as 16% of agarosperol, which is easily competing with very high quality wild, extremely matured agarwood oils. Therefore, I'm very interested into Kinam, and this particular Kinam oil is the best I ever distilled, in my personal opinion. Used in this Attar cold pink Kinam. 3 months soaking, extremely clean soaking, resulted in a very, very resinous, deep, very floral aroma. There's no skanky or barnyard notes. I uplifted the Kinam with the ambergris resonoid, extremely high percentage of ambergris resonoid, around 25%, 25% of Kinam oil, and very gorgeous Neroli, aged Neroli from a vintage private collection, enhancing the floral notes of this wonderful oil. I further enhanced it with pink lotus, very creamy, sweet, highlighting the sweetness and creaminess of Kinam itself, and mint from Thai were placed on the top. I believe this is one of my most unique creations. I never created anything quite like it. It smells fresh, it smells floral, there is creaminess, there is a very dense, rich, dynamic notes to it. Next on the list, Violapatta. Violapatta, as some of you know, is stands for agarwood, Sri Lankan agarwood. This oil I distilled from sinking agarwood dust a while ago. It had a very inspiring floral notes of orris root, violet leaf. It was very hard to believe that such a floral oil can come out from agarwood. And this obviously inspired a very dark, mossy composition. I used oak musk, cedarwood, tobacco, my own absolute from orris to highlight even further this orrisy, beautiful, almost purple notes of Sri Lankan agarwood, violet leaf, and gentle touches of smoky pine tar at the top. Very smooth, almost purple like tobacco, mossy composition, full of wild, highest quality Sri Lankan agarwood. Papuas, very green, extremely jungly type of scent. In this one, I combined Maroke wood oil with the rose from Thai. This is a very unique and unusual combination. It created this feel of mossy jungles covered with wonderful rose petals. This unusual contrast of very delicate, sweet floral notes with very damp, jungly, very green nuances. I highlighted greenness with a touch of galbanum, mandarin, and some other green elements. A very piercing floral opening that is moving towards a very jungly, earthy, green type of smell. Galia, finally, I've been asked about it, and finally, I'm creating my own interpretation of a classical Galian fragrance, which normally consists of oud, musk, amber, and those very heavy elements. In this composition, I used a smoky, dark red, slightly incensey Vietnamese wood, royal deer musk is used in abundance in this composition. In fact, every perfume will have residue. It will have residue of musk, ambergris, civet, and other animalic materials that's been used in almost every composition, and therefore we expect quite heavy residue in these atoms. Galia is all about Vietnamese wood, the combination of aged rose and jasmine with a very, very unique note of pine on top. Campucha oil inspired by aged Cambodian tiger wood. It is one of my personal favorite scent profiles. It's very dark, tobacco-like, dry fruits, incensey, very deep resonance. I created a floral shipra out of this wood oil. On top we have natural pitch accord, various flowers, touch of spices, davana, champaka, a very, very traditional Shipra style composition, full of aged incensey, dark, rich, resinous Cambodian wood. Finally, Jardin Savage. This is all about wild Hindi aroma, extremely animalic, extremely punchy, further highlighted by civet. This composition is full of spices, a very unique floral accord in the heart, and on top we have unique Siberian flower called rhododendron, my own cacao absolute, carnation, gardenia, narcissus, a very rich floral bouquet that's perfectly contrasted with this heavily animalic wood, further boosted with the civet. As I mentioned, this collection made with some of the rarest wood oils from my personal collection. I had a very limited quantity of these oils, therefore the amount of attars I've been able to produce is extremely limited. We will open sales at this date. First full sets will be available, and right after that, one full sets will finish in half an hour or 1 hour, we will release individual bottles. I would love to remind that if you would love to purchase full collection or individual bottle, please come on this mentioned time exactly to make sure you're able to pre-book and pre-order your attars. Full collection will come in this wonderful gift box. Inside you will find individual boxes, and those who want to purchase one or two others will be able to do it immediately after the release of the full set. Thank you so much for watching. Extremely excited for the future upcoming projects, and see you next time very soon. Thank you. Bye.